I've watched a lot of documentaries, and Lover's Stalker Killer is by far the most disturbing thing I ever seen. Before I dive into it, this contains spoilers, so if you have not watched this documentary, make sure you watch it on Netflix. This documentary follows a man named Dave Cooper who was casually dating two women near Omaha, Nebraska back in 2012, Carrie Farrer and Liz Gorler. Carrie went missing 2 weeks into her relationship with Dave. Not long after, Dave and Liz began receiving messages from Carrie that stated as harassment and escalated to vandalism and threats. The stalking continues for years and even targeting Dave's ex-partner and children at their home. Liz was one of the first women Dave met through a dating site called Plenty of Fish. From Dave's standpoint, he thought Liz was cool and down to earth and sharing common interests. Dave made it clear to Liz that he didn't want to be tied down to a relationship. And then Dave met Carrie, a 37-year-old single mom who came into the auto shop he managed. A few weeks later, he saw Carrie's profile on a dating site and reached out. Dave recalled Carrie being smart and out of his league. One night, Carrie and Liz crossed paths outside Dave's house because Liz stopped by and stated that she left some things at Dave's house. Dave and Carrie were involved despite both parties not wanting to be in a relationship. In November 2012, Dave received a text message from Carrie suggested they move in together. Dave replied saying, "I thought we talked about this." He then received a barrage of text messages from Carrie's number saying she never wanted to see him again. The text messages escalated from harassments and threats of hurting Liz. Liz also received threatened messages and her house caught on fire due to the stalker. Now, as a viewer, I'm sitting here like, damn, Carrie is a piece of work. I can't believe she set the house on fire. I'm like, Dave, why you didn't change your number at the time you received these threats and text messages early on? A lot of things went through my mind watching this documentary, but the most shocking part about this is that it wasn't Carrie behind those threatened text messages or emails. It was actually Liz the whole time. When I found out it was Liz, the whole time my mouth just dropped. I was like, what the hell is going on? And the biggest mystery of it all, of the entire documentary, was, where is Carrie? What happened to Carrie? Because her mom filed a missing report and all her clothes were still at the house. From the mom's point of view, she didn't take her bipolar medication, and some of the small town residents thought she lost her mind. The shocking revelations came when it was discovered that Liz was behind those threatened messages and emails the entire time, and Carrie was tragically murdered by Liz. The detectives and IT specialist Deputy Tony Cava traced Liz's IP address to a colleague's home in Council, Ohio. Investigators obtained a warrant to search the home and discovered that Liz has been living there since her house was burnt down. I thought that was crazy when the detective, the IT specialist, had tracked down that IP address, because you had the first detective, right? The first detective was trying to figure out where was Carrie. They interviewed the mom. The mom said that she received an email from Carrie saying that she wasn't missing and everything was fine. But the detective didn't do a full investigation, in my opinion. And I'm talking about the first one that was first on the case. But the other two detectives, including the IT specialist, they was on it until they figured out what was going on. So Liz was found guilty of first-degree murder and sentenced to life in prison with no chance of parole, plus an additional 8 to 20 years for arson and attempting to frame Carrie for burning down her home. Liz appeared unremorseful throughout the investigation, constantly lying to the detectives. And if you see in the footage, she just was like, I don't know who Carrie is. I don't know who you're talking about. And it just seems like she just didn't care until she asked for her attorney. But during the courtroom scene, you can see Carrie's mother was very, very upset, and you can tell in her demeanor, not only she was very upset, but in her words, she was kind of a little bit relieved because she finally know what happened to Carrie. And it was very sad how it played out with Garden Liz being jealous and just sending threatened text messages, and then you burn your own house down. And it's like, wow, people go really extreme of that stalker behavior. Now Carrie's name has been cleared because the simple fact that she wasn't going crazy. She was actually murdered. And so now the mother, Carrie's mother, felt kind of relief, because it's very sad how people assume of what was going on, and they thought Carrie was going crazy because she didn't take her bipolar medication and she left her medicine at home. And then instead of thinking otherwise, they thought of something that was just unbelievable, and I thought that was crazy. So the lesson here is to be cautious about who you meet online. If you enjoy my review on this documentary, make sure you check this one out here. Thank you for watching my channel. Please like, share, and subscribe. And until then, see you later.